So let's talk about these handy dandy wall jacks. These guys are great. You can set a whole wall by yourself if you want to. So this is a 24-foot wall. I'm only gonna use one wall jack. I could use two, but honestly, one is enough to lift this whole thing. I wanna show you guys how to set these up. Jack underneath, make sure the wall jack is in between a stud bay. That way when it lifts it, it doesn't pivot on the stud. Grab a 2x4. You have to make sure the 2x4 is plenty long. This is a 9-foot wall, so I'm gonna use a 14-foot 2x4. That's kind of minimum. They do say to use like a 16-footer, but 14-foot does get you enough of reach to lift this whole wall. Slide it down in there. And then I like to get it started a little bit. Once I have the wall jacked up a couple inches like this, you don't have to nail this bracing. I usually do. And then I always do a secondary safety block here. The block is more important. One thing that's really important when you're doing these wall jacks and 2x4s, make sure this 2x4 is a really good one and doesn't have any obvious cracks or knots in it. Once the wall is stood up about 90%, you can take your laser level in here, set it against, shoot a temporary brace, push this out to your plumb.